Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Technically T, hitting you with another case video today for the iPhone 12 Pro. So you already know we got cases up from Caudabe, so huge shout out to them for reaching out to me. And as always, looking out for the channel, dropping me their cases to review. So we do have 3 style cases, and we're going to get into another style, but we have the Lucid Clear, we have the Sheath, and we have the Veal. So if you're familiar with Caudabe, they also have the Synthesis series, and these are basically one of my favorite series cases out there. I love this when it comes to iPhones, but for right now, these are going to be on hold because they emailed me once they got their phone in, they test fit their cases, and they was like, yo, these are not up to par on our standards. So we want to kind of pull these away right now until the new version comes out. So fam, it's going to be a few weeks, but when they get the new revised versions up there, I'm pretty sure they're going to be better than ever, and we will have them on the channel. So a heads up, if you're looking for the Synthesis right now, hold off and wait for those new versions to drop. And I'm pretty sure the issues that they have with that one will be fixed up. But once those come in, you know we're going to have them on the channel. But let's go ahead and get into the rest of them, man. Let's go ahead and start off with the Sheath. All right, so first up, here's going to be the Sheath in sea green, drop tested, 6.6 feet, protective screen lip, and a textured grip. So let's just go ahead and slide it up and slide the case over there, and let's take a look right here. So this is going to be kind of your TPU-ish style material. Definitely has that very nice grippy material. I love this grippy material when it comes to this. Very minimalistic when it comes to Caudabe cases. You're not going to get a bunch on it, man. You get subtle branding right there. You get the little Caudabe branding there as well, and you get your usuals, man. You get some Caudabe on the inside, but you get your volume up, volume down, and you get your power button there. So popping it on the actual case phone itself, here is going to be the Sheath on the 12 Pro. So I really like this sea green right here, but let's go ahead and take a look around it, see how we're working on, see what we're fitting on. So on that power button, you get a nice tactile click on that power button. You don't get no issues there. Volume up, volume down, nice and clicky as well. Flipping it over on the bottom, thank you, thank you, thank you. They actually have accurate cutouts for the speakers, so that's a nice little addition there. So that's it when you're basically looking around it, and flipping it over on the back, you get a little lip that's raised up for your camera, so you do get some protection on that camera. Taking a look at that lay on the table protection, you do have a little lip that goes all the way around it. Now I do have a tempered glass screen protector up there, so even with that protector, it also gives you a little lip, so you will be pretty good if you lay your phone down all the time. You don't really have to worry about damaging your screen or anything like that. Now next up, let's go ahead and take a look at how this actually fits on the phone. Now the Sheath has always had a pretty good fit. Now I think a lot of people may get this mixed up for a bad fit, but it's not a bad fit. It does stretch a little bit, but it's sturdy enough where you don't have to worry about drooping and it getting like just droopy over time. This still is a very snug fit overall when we are talking about a case. So the Sheath, once you get that snap in, it is up there. Even though it gives a little bit, this is the type material that's not going to give a lot over time. It's actually going to remain all intact. I've used one of these cases long term before, so the fit is very good when it comes to this case. So snug everywhere where it needs to be. Now, how does it feel in your hand? This is the way I love this Sheath, man. With that grippy material, that texture material, it gives you a good grip. It also remains very, very thin. And it just gives you that reassuring feel that you're not going to drop this phone at all. So you really got to love that when we are talking about a case. So bringing it over, let's see if it works with MagSafe. Boom, works just fine with MagSafe. And dropping it on wireless charging. Boom, 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 works fine with wireless charging. So one thing to always note about is when it comes to the MagSafe charging, the grip and how it hangs on the phone is not going to be that sturdy. So once you find that sweet spot, it's not really going to move, but don't try to dangle it because, you know, the contact is going to be a little bit more rough because it's going through a case onto the phone itself. But if it's just down somewhere, it's going to be completely fine and it's going to be able to charge just fine. So that's going to be the Sheath from Caudabe. And if you want to keep it stealthy with the all black, very nice contrast with the silver iPhone 12 Pro and the black. So you do have a black version and we have one more color. And here is going to be the gray color. So this I feel goes really good with that silver. So black, gray, sea green, very nice colors. They may have more. They may have like that navy. I'm not sure, but you already know the link will be down below. Check them out, man. But I really do like the Sheath. You really almost some of the best grip on the market when it comes to a thin case. Next up, up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Veal. Now the Veal is going to be the extremely extreme thin minimalistic style case that you have right here. This thing is almost like paper thin, and this is going to be for my people who really don't want to rock a case at all, but they want a case to help against some bump protection, little minor scratch protection, and things like that. That's where that Veal is going to be. So one thing about the Veal is this is one of the cases that you're going to be actually pressing the cases on the phone itself. You just get cutouts for everything: volume up, volume down, power button. It's all big cutouts. So let's just go ahead and slide the 12 Pro in there. I might have butchered that install. Let's all right. I was butchering that up, man. So I had to kind of take a step back and put it in a different way. Had to do it a different way. So do it from the bottom and then pop the top in. That's the way to do it. So here it is, man. This is going to be the Veal for the 12 Pro. Once again, this thing is going to be like you don't even have a case on. This is almost like there's just bump protection, man. It's almost like a skin, if you can say so, but the key things are still protected. So let's go through it. We don't really have to talk about the buttons. Now the buttons almost are like flush with the case. So when you press it, the press is there, but it's just almost flush. So you kind of have to press and kind of got to almost search and find it, but it's not terrible. That's kind of the deal with these cases in general, whatever brand it's from, that's kind of the deal when it comes to this style case. You kind of got to search and find the cases, the buttons, because they are so flush with the actual case. Mute toggle switch, though, is easy to get to just fine. Flipping over on the bottom, all of those speaker cutouts and everything, very precise, straight to the point. And even flipping over on the bottom, you do, regardless as thin as this case is, you do get a little lip that goes around it, so you'll be good when you put your phone down. Next up, taking a look at that late on the tail protection, and do I need to say anymore? This is a very, very thin case, so you can't really be looking for late on the table protection like that. So you're really not going to get much when it comes to this case. That's not for this case. This is going to be the very light case. Let's see the drop protection. It's not even no drop protection. We have impossibly thin, protective camera lip, and enhanced grip. So that's the things that they're banking on when it comes to this case. If you're worried about dropping it, hey, well, you better hope that ceramic shield can save you. So yeah, this is going to be a very thin case, so don't really worry about it, but you don't get any late on the tail protection on this bad boy right here. Now, how does it actually fit on the phone? Now, once everything is snapped in, the fit of it is very, very good. Like, you really kind of have to really get on one of these corners to pry it off, and when it pops on, it's on, and I cut my flashlight on. But when it's on, it's on. Like, there is no droopiness. Everything fits very snug when it comes to this case. I really, really like just the minimalistic feel of this case, and I almost could run this case, man, because I really like just how thin it is. So when it comes to the fit is very good when it comes to this, and then when it's in your hand, very thin, feels like you're holding the phone, gives you tons of grip. This material, even though it's textured, once again, you do get some grip when it comes to this case. So let's go ahead and drop it on regular wireless charging. Works just fine with regular wireless charging. And let's go ahead and pop MagSafe on. Boom. Works just fine with MagSafe. Now, the charger on this one, boom, is a little bit more sturdy because it's such a thin case. So once you boom, it's going to go right to that area and it's going to start charging. So the Veal from Caudabe. And last but not least, we know I got to leave you with a clear case, man. This is going to be their Lucid Clear. Now, this is probably one of the clearest, the clearest cases out there when it comes for any brand when it comes to a phone, man. This Lucid Clear is just like ridiculous clear, man. So let's go ahead and get the peeling off first before we even get started. So they do give you a little protective peel, so you kind of got to peel it from the bottom, but once you get your hand on it, boom, we are good to go. So here's going to be the Lucid Clear. Basically the same deal, just like the Veal, where you're going to be pressing your actual buttons. So your buttons are going to be out, but I can probably assure you that these buttons are going to be a little easier to press. So popping this bad boy in right here, and here it is. This is going to be the Lucid Clear from Caudabe. So nice case, man. I really always like this case. Just super clear. If you want to show off the color of your iPhone, you can do it here. But let's go ahead and take a look. Power button is big enough where you can really get your finger just fine on that power button, so you don't have to worry about that. Volume up, volume down, mute toggle, all of that is very easy to get to. Flipping over on the bottom, you see all of your ports and cutouts are accurate and spot on there, no issues. And flipping over on the back, you do get that little ring for your lay on the table protection for your camera, so you are good in that category. Taking a look at that lay on the table protection now, it really doesn't have that much of a lip on the top and on the bottom. Once again, this is going to be more of a minimal style case, so you don't have to worry about a bunch of drop protection when it comes to this case. Let's look what it says. Glass light clarity, and that is never lie. This thing is literally glass clear. Fingerprint resistant and never discolors, so that's key when it comes to this. And it is pretty good with resistant fingerprints. Crazy, yo. This is actually pretty good with resistant fingerprints. Now, we know the iPhone 12 Pro and those bezels aren't, and that's one thing that you will be able to see through this case. So if you want to use this case, before you use it, you might want to clean the bezels up to get all of those fingerprints off, because you will be able to see it with this case. So not really a lay on table protection, but it does have a little lip. Actually, it does have a slight little lip on the top and the bottom, but you do want to be careful when it comes to this case. Now, next up, how does it fit? The fit is very, very snug. So it's one of these cases where you kind of got to grab it and pry the bottom off to get it off, but it's easy to get off. So the fit is very good. This is a hard plastic, so there's no droopiness going on. But once this is a hard snap case, once this thing is snapped on, it does feel good. You don't have any issues with the fit of this case. And how does it feel in your hand? It's a clear case. So you know clear cases for me could be a little bit slippery, but it is not terrible. It does feel very good in my hand, keeps the device very thin. And yeah, that's what we want when it comes to these iPhones. You don't want a big, huge, bulky cases. Slapping the MagSafe charger up there, it works just fine with MagSafe. And of course, dropping it on the wireless charging works just fine with wireless charging. So here is going to be the Lucid Clear from Caudabe for the 12 Pro. All right, so here are the cases from Caudabe for the 12 Pro, Lucid Clear, Veal, and we have the 3 sheaths. Now, just like I stated to you before, here is my favorite right here, but you're gonna have to wait on them. And this is gonna be the Synthesis series right here. Absolutely love this style case. You get that frost on the back and you get those very stiff TPU sides. One of my all-time favorite cases, but like I told you guys, wait on this case because they are doing some revisions to the actual buttons themselves. Once the new version comes in, I will definitely do the video review. But yeah, here are these cases. I will make sure to leave my personal link to Caudabe down in the description below. Head over to their website, grab the case. I get a little kickback, so it helps the channel out a lot. But you guys already know, man, do the YouTube things, hit the like button, comment down below, hit the sub button, turn that bell on so you don't miss out on any future accessory videos for the iPhone 12 Pro. But until next time, later.